Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living here in Calgary. If you're online from somewhere else, we were welcoming you. And those of you here this morning, glad to be together. It's a delicious, bright day after the rain. So just take some deep breaths in through your nose and let the air cross your lips on the way out. Just letting your nervous system know that you're safe, all is well. I had a meditation plan for this morning, and when I woke up, I was informed that wasn't what we were doing today, so I'm doing something else. We're going to go on a magical mystery tour of the miracles in your life, in this moment. So just as you breathe in, feel that air crossing your nostrils, taking space in your lungs, in the back of your throat, into your belly, filling your mind, enlivening your body. And as you breathe out, just releasing anything that isn't for you right now, any distractions, anything that is stagnant, done, old news. Let it just travel away from you, down, down, down into the earth. Letting her absorb these things and transform them for your higher use another time. And just allowing in some new fresh energy, fresh thoughts, fresh new ways of thinking and being. Welcome this new, fresh energy that is spring. And really feeling yourself connecting with your chair, whatever you're sitting on or resting on, and letting it hold you now. Letting it support you, receive you. Let yourself rest in this moment. And as you're relaxing in and resting, just bring your attention to your feet. Notice the toes. How did they get there? What do they do? How do they serve you? The miracle of each nail, perfectly constructed. And just moving your mind, your attention up into your feet, your whole foot. Allowing it to show you how it helps you, how it makes your life wonderful. Stepping forward into your life, sustaining you, supporting you. The foundation points of your body. And up through your legs now, feeling the muscles, the biggest muscles, your calves, your thighs, hamstrings at the back. And just send them some love and appreciation. The muscles winding around the bone, the strength of you, the wonder of you. Who designed these incredible aspects of you? And into your hips, your belly, and just appreciating your digestive system, your sexual organs, how they are all neatly organized inside you. Doing things you can't even imagine, keeping you alive in such a miraculous way, making use of that which you consume and eliminating that which you do not need in a perfect rhythm. Life springing forward through every breath, every muscle, every cell, up into your heart that beats for you over and over. Perfect time, perfect rhythm, doing unfathomable scientific beating drum. Thank you, heart. Lungs, the exchange of air, fresh air in, expired air out. Feeling the inward and outward pulse of your breath. What are your hands holding this moment? What are they touching? Feeling the sensation, the power of your hands that do your heart's work. Feeding ourselves, creating art, touching, sensing, scratching, waving, dancing. Thank you, hands. Oh, throat, you are a miracle. Connected to the vibration of air and the movement of my mouth. I can speak. There's a language my mind can understand, and out through my mouth with the vibration of my throat, I'm here with you this morning, greeting you, expressing love. Swallowing. And my head that holds that which allows me to see the miracle of sight, allowing me to take in the magical vista of tulips blooming, trees budding, sun rising and setting, glistening dew, magical life everywhere. The gift of smell, the gift of taste, perfectly constructed to have a pleasurable life. Gratitude for these magical creations, all situated in my head. And now, just taking the next few minutes to appreciate that which you are resting on and contemplating those things that have been created for your comfort and your bliss. What you're sitting on, what clothing is enrobing you, the sinews and the fabrics and the structures and the design, and just allowing yourself to marvel at the gifts of comfort and warmth that are yours right now. The technology that allows us to be connected across many miles. For those on the love stream, a miracle indeed. So enjoy this moment of miracle just for you until you hear my voice again. As I breathe in this life of wonder, of mystery, ever expanding, ever unfolding, ever changing, ever the same. I know myself to be a miracle within it all. The life force that allows me to express the divine throughout my day and through my dreams at night. This is a blessing to behold, to enjoy, to marvel, and to bask in. And to know I am one with all the miracles around me. The little is no less astounding than the huge and magnificent. I allow myself to be open-hearted, to receive it all, and to express it all back with my joy and my gratitude. Namaste.
If someone told me that the world would end tonight, you could take all that I got, and for once I wouldn't start a fight. No, you could take my liquor, take my dinner, take my fun, my birthday cake, my soul, my dog, pick everything I love. But oh, one thing I'm never gonna do is throw away my dancing shoes. And oh Lord, don't try me, really not tonight. 'Cause I'll lay down and die, I'll scream and I'll cry. We've already wasted enough time. I'm never gonna not dance again. Never gonna not dance again. I just wanna pop and lock to my records. There go all of my clothes. Never gonna not dance again. Dance, I'm gonna dance, yeah. Dance, I'm gonna dance. I want my life to be a Whitney Houston song. All good luck and zero fuss, don't care if I belong. If I could kill the thing that makes us all so dumb, we're never getting younger, so I'm gonna have some fun. But oh, one thing I'm never gonna do is throw away my dancing shoes. And oh Lord, don't try me, really not tonight. 'Cause I'll lay down and die, scream and I'll cry. Already starting a fight. I'm never gonna not dance. Never gonna not dance again. I just wanna pop and lock to my records. There go all of my clothes. Never gonna not dance again. Dance, I'm gonna dance, bro. Dance, I'm gonna dance. Gonna dance, I'm gonna dance, yeah. Dance. I'll lay down and die, scream and I'll cry. Know that I'm starting a fight. I'll lay down and die, I'll scream and I'll cry. We've already wasted enough time. We've already wasted enough time. I'm never gonna not dance again. Never gonna not dance again. I just wanna pop and lock to my records. Let go all of my clothes. Never gonna not till the end. I'm never gonna not dance again. Let the music play till the end. Is it over?
Elevation! That was fun. That was a new one. Thanks. Thanks, guys. That was awesome. Hi, everybody. How are ya? I know, right? What a fun song to start out with. I want to welcome everybody. I know we have a couple of new people who are here today. So I'll introduce myself officially. I am Pat Campbell, and I am the spiritual director of this center here. And if you've never been to a Center for Spiritual Living, there's a few things you need to know. We are a faith tradition that honors all faith traditions. We understand that with 8 billion people on this planet, that there has to be more than one way to believe, more than one way up the mountain, shall we say. And so wherever you are on the mountain, wherever you are on your spiritual path, you're absolutely welcome here. We're just so pleased that you decided to spend your Sunday morning with us. And I want to acknowledge our Love Stream people as well. If everybody here will turn around and wave at George Clooney, because that's where our Love Stream people are. And I was talking to a colleague of mine who stopped having the Love Stream. They call it live stream. We've coined Love Stream, because they wanted people to be here physically. And I understand that, because I love having you all here physically in the room. And what I also know is how important it is that we be able to be that beacon of spiritual illumination for people, whether they are physically here or whether they are tuning in through the Love Stream. Yeah. Because we are all part of the same community. So welcome Love Stream, welcome everybody else. What I'd like to know is if there's anybody who is here for the first time, if you're willing to raise your hand. We don't want to embarrass you. I thought maybe so, and I know our friend over here in the corner as well. Thank you. We'll get to you, Nicholas, in just a minute. Thank you for coming today. It's you got to be brave to walk into a spiritual center for the first time, you know? And it's like, oh, what, are they going to be weird? And I'll leave that to you, okay? Rosalie, we've got Nicholas here as well. So anyway, have a good time today. If that opening song was any indication of the fun we're going to have, it's going to be a fun day. Woohoo! Including what we call our Kong song. This is one of my favorite Kong songs. You may not know it, but you're going to pick up on it really, really fast. And it's called I'm Too Blessed to Be Stressed. So let's stand up and sing.
1, 2, 3. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too grateful to be hateful. I'm too blessed to be pissed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Well, I'm not gonna let it get me down. I'm not gonna let it push me over. Not gonna let it run me around, 'cause I know the truth. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too grateful to be hateful. I'm too blessed to be pissed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Well, it doesn't matter what's on the news, 'cause you can't make my mind up for me. Ain't gonna let me sing the blues, 'cause I know the truth. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too grateful to be hateful. I'm too blessed to be pissed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I am grateful for each breath I take. Yes, yes, I am grateful, I am wide awake. Yes, yes, I am grateful for each passing day. Yes, yes, I'm grateful. I am grateful. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too grateful to be hateful. I'm too blessed to be pissed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. depressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. I'm too blessed to be stressed. Too blessed to be stressed.
I told you we were going to have fun today, even when I didn't have all the lyrics up, but that's okay. So you guys just walked in, and now you're going to walk back out again. Wait, Rachel, before you go, I want to introduce you to our two newest board members. One of them just happens to be Miss Rachel from Fun Day. And the other is Mark Staranka. Mark Staranka. I got to tell you, we got some cool things going on. And I want to acknowledge Valda Harris, who has stepped down as the board president, and also Leslie, who isn't here today. So please acknowledge Valda Harris as well. All right, so get to work. Okay, we'll see you guys. Bye.
Galifragilistic, expialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious. If you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious. Supercalifragilistic, expialidocious.
And for our new people, she's usually like that. I'm usually much more sedate. Yeah, that's right. We're a good team. Okay, so let me tell you what's going on. We got a lot of stuff happening. The first thing, which is starting on this Tuesday, is the Powering Your Decisions class taught by Reverend Leslie. You want to come up here, love? Okay. That way you can see everybody.
Have you been considering making a change in your life recently? Yes. All right. Well, this is the course for you, Powering Your Decisions. It's a whole new content. They've rewritten the material, and I've been going through it with Tracy Peterson, and I got to tell you, this is very exciting. It's a real self-discovery process of taking the teachings of Raymond Charles Barker and implementing them into your life. And he is he just tells it like it is. There's no bows. He just says it like it is. It's like one of the things that stuck out in my mind is like the body knows no illness. It's just a body, and it only does as instructed. Wow. Like that's a deep thought, right? The body knows no illness until it's instructed. So we got to kind of come to terms with some of the things that he says. He takes this teaching on a really clear path, and the new materials is amazing. So we've got 8 registered. There's 4 more spots. I mean, other people can join in as well, but we've material for 12, so we can order the materials. We can get it in, no problem. So I'm inviting you to come out. It's on Tuesday night, starting this Tuesday, 6:30 to 9, and you can send your e-transfer to the course, to the office, or you can go see Lance right after the service this morning. It's exciting, and it's a whole new way of thinking. Honestly, it'll blow your socks off.
Thank you, Reverend Leslie. That's exciting. I love the old curriculum, so I'm excited to hear how this new one is. So that's starting this Tuesday night, and goes through the end of June as well. Okay, we need volunteers for our casino. Our casino, as I announced last week, this is our biggest fundraiser. It's big. It's huge for the center. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the province of Alberta makes available to nonprofits, whether they're spiritual or schools or basketball teams or whatever, to what they call work the casino. So you provide the chip runners and the money counters. This is all done with great supervision. It's not like we just go in there and like, woohoo, we're at the. Okay, I might be like that, but not most people. And and in doing that for the weekend, we receive sometimes upwards of $70,000 that can be spread out over a couple of years. So it's a big, big fundraiser for us, and we need volunteers. So you can either work Friday. I think it starts at 10 in the morning, and it goes to about 3 o'clock in the morning. Swear to God, the money counters do it really, really late at night. That's the shift I take because it's really fun. But seriously, I do. I love it. So Friday, August 11th, and Saturday, August 12th, and we need people to sign up. So in the newsletter, there's the link to do that. You can talk to Kathy Matthews. I don't think I saw her today, or you can talk to Lance about that as well. But it's super, super important we get all those spots filled. Now, what's interesting, this has never happened before. So that's taking place on August 11th and 12th. And then we have our Tradition Returns trip of Centers for Spiritual Living going to Asilomar in Monterey, California that same time. So it's like, oh, which one do I do? Which one do I do? And I really struggled with it. So guess what I'm doing? I'm doing both. I'm coming back a day early so that I can work the casino. It's that important. But if you want to go to this absolutely amazing retreat, it takes place at Silomar, which is in at the Monterey Bay, from August 8th to 11th. We've been going, I think Centers for Spiritual Living has been going for about 70 years. It's a beautiful conference center, quite rustic, but it's right on the ocean, literally. You can stand here and look over there and see the Pebble Beach golf course. Yeah, it's absolutely astoundingly beautiful. The program is going to be great. I happen to know that because I'm on the team. The program's going to be awesome, really, really. And if you want to know more information about it, you can go to the csl.org. You can talk to me or many people who have gone to it. Raise your hand if you've been to a Silomar before. Yeah, a lot of people. So, but come back to then work the casino, okay? Anyway, both of them are very, very important, but I did want to let you know about SOAR in 2023. Okay, so that's that. And then, excuse me, our ongoing community groups. Monday nights is our Seekers group that's been meeting for about 5 or 6 years. It's now on Zoom. That's facilitated by Ron Hahn. Coffee with Dr. Pat, that's me. You know, we just get together at noon on Wednesdays and we just talk about stuff. It's quite lovely. I love that group. And then our Saging Circle is going on hiatus. But Sandra, when is that happening? Next Saturday. So this coming Saturday is the last time until October. So join that group and kind of let it whet your appetite so that when they come back in October, the group will get started again. So I think that's all I've got to tell you for today. So we're going to switch out of business mode, and we're going to go into sacred mode. And so I'm going to invite Fran Watson, who is our practitioner today, along with Amy and Steph. Amy's going to lead us in a chant. Fran will do our opening treatment, but I'd like to invite all the ministers and the practitioners to come forward also. If you're new to our center, you may not realize that we have this whole group of people who have been trained in the art and science of affirmative prayer, and their prayers get results. So if you have something going on that you'd like to have support, don't be shy. Just walk up to them. I'm going to tell you a secret. They are longing. They are yearning for you to ask them. Okay, some more than others, apparently. To be able to be of support to you. It's what they do. It's what they love to do. So they're going to be kind of in the back of the sanctuary after service, and just go up and say, hey, can I talk to you? And let them lead you through the process, but it's quite lovely. So right now, Fran is going to give us our treatment, and Amy is going to lead us in a chant.
I am that I am. 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 I am.
I am in awe. I am in awe of this great one, this one miraculous presence, this one life force that fills and rolls through all life, everywhere, in everything, all creation, magnificent, magnificent skies, rain, gentle rain, soothing the soil that produces that which I eat and nourishes me. Those sparkling planets that lead the way for the stars, that allow my eyes to gaze upon them, to marvel. All this is one great energy's passion unfolding. And I am part of that great creation. That one is the pulse of my life. That one breathes me, beats my heart, allows me to speak these words, and I do for all who are here today, all who are listening, any ears that can hear. This one is alive and well and flowing through each one of us in ways that are beyond my understanding, beyond my comprehension. And that, to me, is a miracle. When I stop to contemplate, I cannot understand, but I can marvel. I can bask in the glow of this marvelous creation, this sun that warms me. I bask in the warmth of my home and the cool air in the evening as I stroll through my neighborhood and see the tulips, see the daffodils, see grass greening, buds blooming. Miracles abound if I have the eyes to see, and I do. I open my eyes ever wider, my heart ever stronger and wider as well. I allow my body, my mind, my soul to receive these gifts, to enjoy them fully, to embrace wonder. And let me wonder at my own part in it, the gift that is me, the songs I sing, the words I speak, those acts of kindness. All these are marvelous too. So right now, I express gratitude. I am so grateful for this life, the life force that we are all part of, this divine outpouring of magical life. Thank you. And with these words released into the law, I know that they are done as spoken. And together we gratefully affirm, and so it is.
I am what I am. I am that I am. I am that I am. I am. I am.
At the Calgary Center for Spiritual Living, we have a marvelous vision. Let's say it together now. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living is a beacon of spiritual illumination that inspires individuals to reveal their wholeness, co-creating a world that works for everyone. And this is how we do it. The Calgary Center for Spiritual Living makes accessible a way of living and thinking that reveals one's spiritual magnificence and personal power. We co-create an inclusive community that fosters an expansion of consciousness.
Thank you, Fran. Thank you, Amy and Steph. And thank you, my beloveds, for being here and being such a great support. Beautiful, thank you. So it is my pleasure to introduce you to our house band. How blessed are we? Please welcome Elevation featuring Amy Bishop.
Past comes upon you like smoke in the air. You can smell it and find yourself gone to a place that you live without worry or care. Isn't that where we all once came from? Green leaves, tall trees and stars overhead, and the sound of the world through the screen. But now you sleep with the covers pulled over your head, and you never remember to dream. Seems like we're standing still. One day you'll get up that hill. In the age of miracles, there's one on the way. Greenland is melting, the West is on fire. Don't you ever stop praying for rain. It's a curious place between hope and desire. Different prayer, but the God is the same. And 1,000-year storms seem to form on a breeze, drowning all living things in their path. When a small southern town finds a rope in a tree, we're all once again trapped in the past. Feels like we're standing still. One day you'll get up that hill. In the age of miracles, there's one on the way. We can fly through space with the greatest of ease. We can land in the dust of the moon. We can transform our lives with the tap of the keys. But we can't shake this feeling of gloom. Still I woke up this morning, pouring out into three, marching 1,000 strong into the rain. Now with courage comes dressed in red robes and bare feet, I will never be fearful again. It seems like we're standing still. One day we'll get up that hill. In the age of miracles, there's one on the way. It feels like I'm standing
Amy Bishop, Steph Chapman, Louise Tovar, Lisa Jacobs. Wow, elevation. There's one on the way. I was sitting next to Krishna here, who's looking up at the lights. Just as Amy's singing, there's all kinds of miracles going on, and Mama pointing the lights down, showing him where the lights are going, and I thought, that's a miracle right there. So guess what we're going to talk about today? How usual. So normally at this point, I have everybody breathe with me, just because I like how it gets us all kind of on the same page, the same wavelength. And I am going to do that, but I'm going to ask you to use your focus for this right now. Because we got some fires burning here in Alberta that really, really need to have that not be. And so when we breathe together, and we're going to breathe just as we normally do, I want us to be imagining that we are breathing out the fire. Now, a lot of times when we breathe, it kind of makes the fire worse, but that's not what we're going to do. When we breathe together, we are breathing that we are like a birthday candle, but that we are breathing out the fire. All right? Because there's great, great miracles in the power of intention and also in the power of breath. So let's try that right now. So let's just take in and breathe out. And again. And one more time, just see the rain coming and just see the fires dissipating. Yowza. I felt that at depth. Thank you all. So as I said, I'm running the risk of slaying a sacred cow today. Not really slaying, I like cows, so I talk to them. So anyway, but but I'm going to shed a different light on something that many of us hold very sacred, and that is the idea of miracles. So we're going to take a look at miracles, and we're going to see them for what they really are, which is not some divine intervention from a supreme being up in the sky watching us, but rather an occurrence that may seem miraculous, it may seem mysterious, but is actually a natural outpicturing of life. And then when I talk about life like that, I'm talking about life with a capital L. After all, one of the basics of our teaching is that God, whatever you choose to call it, I know people have energy around that word, so substitute whatever word works for you. All we know is that it's all there is that life force energy, that substance, that divine mind is everything. Yes? Are you with me? And so isn't it possible that what we call a miracle is simply the universe, that divine mind, expressing itself on a larger plane, on an expanded perspective? And that when we experience a miracle, and we have all experienced miracles before, it is because we have, as I believe Fran put it, we have the eyes to see it. In other words, our consciousness or our awareness of spirit, as it increases, what we experience of it also increases. So this is kind of, it may feel like it's divine intervention. I get that. But when we look at it from this perspective, from this broader perspective, it's really simply the divine participating fully in life. And because we have expanded our awareness, we can see those miracles for what they really are. They are naturals. They are normals. They are usuals. And they are everywhere. Everywhere. C.S. Lewis wrote this. Incidentally, take a picture of that slide because it is glorious. Am I right? This is maybe my favorite slide of all time because it's so glorious. And what it says, C.S. Lewis, miracles are a retelling in small letters of the very same story, which is written across the whole world in letters too large for some of us to see. I know. So there is absolutely no doubt that there are amazing things happening all the time. Life is a miracle, but life is also natural, and life is also normal. One of our longtime New Thought teachers, Dr. Eric Butterworth, put it like this. He said, God doesn't deal in miracles. God is the wholeness of life, substance, and intelligence, which is always present. It is not a miracle that is needed ever, but the discipline of consciousness. Everybody go like this. Oh my God. Because that's like a really different perspective, isn't it? Because in the old way of thinking, miracles, as I said, they were unexplained. They were often felt to be undeserved influence of a sometimes benevolent, sometimes pissed off God. But experiencing usuals as the natural consequence of a disciplined, expanded consciousness, wow. Butterworth also says, when we work with the divine law from the highest perspective, the unusual will become commonplace and wonderful things will begin to occur. So I don't know about the rest of you, but I would much rather know that the things that are happening in my life are the result of my awareness and my consciousness than that of a capricious, arbitrary God who might just as easily smite me as bring me a miracle. But the reason why this topic is sometimes difficult for us is because we've all been brought up with the idea of miracles, right? The Christian Bible, which most of us were raised with, is full of miracle stories, from the parting of the Red Sea to the miracles that Jesus performed. And yet the truth is there is a logical, scientific explanation for almost all of those miracles. For instance, let's hope the sky doesn't open up here, the parting of the Red Sea. Big miracle. Charlton Heston going like this and the sea parts. I don't know which of the two of you did this, but you're fired. So, so isn't it possible that the parting of the Red Sea was actually just like a really low tide, and maybe like a weather event, like a wind or something like that? But the people of those days didn't understand. They didn't understand science. They didn't know about tides. They didn't know about the moon or anything like that. All they knew is that the seas parted and the Jews made it across and the Egyptians didn't. So in their minds, at their level of awareness, it was a miracle of God. Now, as the miracles of Jesus, one thing we have to remember, I talked about this on Easter, is Jesus was a metaphysician. We are metaphysicians. Meta means beyond. Physicians means beyond the physical. So Jesus understood the law of mind. He understood how this worked and how the power of the mind. So when he performed his miracles, he was using the very same law that is available to each of us today. So he was not holding himself out as some miracle worker. He said, these things and even greater shall you do. These things and even greater shall you do. He was saying that everyone could do what he did with the right amount of belief, the right amount of understanding, and consciousness, which is another word for awareness. So let's fast forward 2,000 years, 2,000 plus years. I want you to just think about what you did this morning. I want you to think about the devices and the appliances that you use today. Cell phones? I happen to left mine at home. I know. Did you drive here or did you take some sort of conveyance, right? Did you use your microwave oven or your stove, your stove? I understand people use those sometimes. Did you go on the computer? Are you using a streaming service? Do you have heating or air conditioning? Did you use indoor plumbing? Right? If Jesus, the great miracle worker, had was here today, he would have been astonished at the seemingly miraculous things that we do every day. And we say, how usual. No big deal. My toilet flushes, my shower goes on, my car runs. No big deal. But to Jesus and his peeps, they would have thought that we were the miracle workers. So another point that I want to make about today and about miracles is that as we expand our consciousness, just like Amy's song, then we begin to see miracles everywhere. Yes? Are you with me? In other words, we learn to take nothing for granted. Emerson wrote, the invariable mark of wisdom is to see the miraculous in the common. So think about a newborn baby. We all love newborn babies. They are a miracle. And yet babies are born every day. So they're also a normal or a natural or a usual, but they're also miraculous. Does that make sense? Think about the seasons. And I love living up here now with the 4 seasons. Sometimes in one day we have 4 seasons. But year after year after year, the seasons come and go in perfect order. We don't have to tell them to. We don't have to program them. Our beautiful tree that's out front, I've been watching it for about 3 weeks now and started out with the teeniest little buds, and then it got warm and those buds got bigger and now it's fully leafed out. It didn't do it because I asked it to. It did it all on its own. Think about the rising sun. Every day it rises in the east and it sets in the west. At least that's what we call it, rising and setting. And yet think about what that was like for cavemen. Excuse me. To cavemen, it was a miracle. To us, it's a usual because we understand how it happens. We understand the science behind it. So the more in touch with spirit we become, the more miraculous and the more natural the things around us appear. Because when we see the divine in everything, we can appreciate that it's miraculous and at the same time understand that things are normal and natural. I think it was Fran in her meditation talked about our bodies and how our bodies just know what to do. We don't have to tell it to do those things. So what does this mean in everyday life? You know, I love to throw all this stuff at you, but how can we take it and have it be meaningful and relevant in our lives? Well, the first thing I want to tell you is stop looking for divine intervention on your behalf. Stop looking outside yourself and create a space through which miracles can happen. Do you understand what I'm saying here? Thank you. Commit to participating in creating your own miracles by expanding your awareness of how life works. Sign up for Reverend Leslie's class. Sign up for the summer class that we're doing. Sign up for foundations. All of these things are designed to expand consciousness, to open your mind to possibilities, to see a bigger picture. Because once you've expanded your awareness, then you can start expecting miraculous things to happen in your life. Learn about the power of your word and the power of the law to achieve results. For instance, this is a no-brainer. Don't affirm you're good. Oh, God is all there is, and I'm one with God, and everything's wonderful, and then expect the worst. Yeah. You can't say I'm prosperous, I'm prosperous, I'm healthy, I'm happy, and then think, oh, it'll never happen for me. Yeah. Because it's what you're thinking, you're right. It will never happen for you. So instead, learn how to speak your word, learn how to expect miraculous things, and expect your good. Say that with me. I expect my good. There you go. And then recognize the miracles when they happen. Recognize when they happen. So often we have a miracle that's staring us right in the face, but because it may not look exactly like how we think it should, we don't see it and we disregard it. You know the old teaching story about the guy who's in the flood, and he's sitting on his roof and he's praying to God, please God, save me. And a guy comes by in a rowboat, and the guy on top of the roof says, no, I don't need your rowboat. You know, I got a personal connection with God, so I know God will save me. So the rowboat leaves, and then, oh, God, save me. And a guy in a motorboat comes by. Same thing. No, I don't need your motorboat. I'm one with God, you know? And so, okay, the motorboat. Pretty soon there's a helicopter, and they're dropping it down. The guy's going, no, it's cool. I've got a relationship with God. It's cool. And then the river comes, and he's drowned, right? And he goes up to heaven, and he's like, dude, I thought we had an understanding. I was putting all my faith in you, God, and I still drown. And God says, what do you want? I sent you a rowboat. I sent you a motorboat. I sent you a helicopter. So sometimes those miracles are right in front of our face, but it doesn't look like it should. It doesn't look like George Clooney, so by golly, that's not it. And finally, even though we say things are usuals, be sure to acknowledge and be grateful for them. Sometimes people in metaphysics, like old-time metaphysicians, not so much anymore, they get quite blasé. Am I right, Darlene? They get quite blasé about manifestations or miracles. They're like, oh, yeah, whatever. I expected it to happen. But it's very blasé. It's like, eh. You know, I am not one of those people. Because no matter how many times I have seen or experienced a usual in my life, I still get stoked every single time. So I say it's okay to celebrate and be pleased and thrilled with the usuals. Because appreciation of spirit is a form of gratitude, and you can never have too much gratitude. Never. So don't ever become so complacent, so laid back. Oh, I have a very strong consciousness and everything's good. Don't get to the point where you take things for granted. Always, when something miraculous happens, appreciate it and be grateful for it. So there's a song that written by Rodgers and Hammerstein from the play the Flower Drum Song. Very, very old play, probably from the 60s. And they wrote a song called 100 Million Miracles. And I'm just going to share it with you as a poem. This is how we're going to close today because it just illustrates beautifully. So I want you to picture the scene as a young Asian woman is talking about things that her father had taught her. It takes place, I believe, in San Francisco. And she says, "My father says that children keep growing, rivers keep flowing too. My father says he doesn't know why, but somehow or other they do. 100 million miracles are happening every day. And those who say they don't agree are those who do not hear or see. 100 million miracles happening every day. When an idle poet puts words on a page, writes on a page with his brush, a musical friend writes the notes to blend, suggested by an idle thrush. Then a young soprano reads what they wrote, learns every note, every word, puts all they wrote in her lovely throat, and suddenly a song is heard. A swallow in Tasmania is sitting on her eggs, and suddenly those eggs have wings and eyes and beaks and legs. A little girl in Chungking, just 30 inches tall, decides that she will try to walk and nearly doesn't fall. 100 million miracles are happening every day, and those who say they don't agree are those who do not hear and see. 100 million miracles happening every day. So whether we call them usuals, or we call them normals, or we call them naturals, or we call them miracles, it doesn't matter what we call them. They're around us all the time, and they are happening all the time. And so it is. Oh, yes, thank you. Thank you. So they're not going to perform that particular song, but they got one that you're going to know and love. Please welcome Elevation with Amy Bishop.
It's not that unusual when everything is beautiful. It's just another ordinary miracle today. The sky knows when it's time to snow. Don't need to teach a seed to grow. It's just another ordinary miracle today. Life is like a gift, they say, wrapped up for you every day. Hold on close and find a way to give some of your own. Isn't it exceptional? Like every time a raindrop falls, it's just another ordinary miracle today. Birds in winter have their fling, but always make it back by spring. It's just another ordinary miracle today. When you wake up every day, please don't throw your dreams away. Hold them close to your heart, for we are all a part of the ordinary things just work out after all. It's just an ordinary miracle today. Sometimes I've been shining so bright, disappears again each night. It's just another ordinary miracle today. It's just another ordinary miracle today.
Elevation. Amy Bishop, Steph Chapman, Louise Tovar, Lisa Jacobs. That voice is a miracle. Whew. Gave me all kind of chills. All right, so this is now how I explain to our Love Stream people how you can support the center with your financial goods. Sign up for the casino and do all these things that you see there in front of you through PayPal, through e-transfer, however. Everyone else here in the audience, if you will, take your tithe, your gift, your offering, your donation, hold it to your heart. And let's say our conscious giving affirmation. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I give returns to me multiplied abundantly. I am so blessed, and so it is. And so it is. We're going to sing I Thank Love for Everything. And while they're coming, let me just remind you, sign up for the class on that starts on Tuesday night with Reverend Leslie, either e-transfer or talk to Lance. Sign up for the casino. We're going to be having a Stampede barbecue. I believe it's July 16th. So we have that to look forward to. Food with Big T's barbecue. And so we're working toward that. Keep tuned in. And can someone go get the little kids? Thank you. Shall we? What? Oh, here. Wait, are you not coming in? Oh, but come.
Gets me alley
We were all standing lined up, and I'm like, "Okay, guys, as soon as our song's on, we'll go." And they're like, "Okay."
And
like,
I'm
"Where's the music?"
talking.
That
You
was
gotta
totally
like
my bad.
let me
So
see
sorry.
you.
Whew. Happy Sunday. I love being here so much. I feel so grounded and re-energized after today's Fun Day session. We had so much fun. We had some familiar faces and some new faces and a whole lot of creativity today. We received an amazing seed ball recipe last week from an amazing congregate here, and she shared the recipe with me and brought all the materials for today so that we can make seed balls. So the kids today made seed balls. They all get to take 4 home, and then the rest of them are going to stay here at the center. And next weekend, we will lovingly go and toss them around the property, and we will have beautiful flowers arrive within a few weeks.
Nice.
Next week, we will be planting our garden. We are going to be doing watermelon, radishes, bean plant, I think it is, and then carrots. So I'm very excited for that. Please bring your littles and your youth to our Fun Day program. And thank you so much for being here. Happy Sunday, everyone.
Thank you, Miss Rachel, and thank you, kids.
You guys did so good.
And I just want to remind you that the farm is starting to get going. If you want to buy into shares for that, you can see Michael. He may actually be outside today. If not, call the office and talk to Lance, and he'll tell you how to get in touch with Michael for, a couple $100, and then you get produce that's produced here every week. Okay, so we're gonna do our closing. So everybody, let's stand up, and we're gonna do double duty because we're gonna send energy again to Northern Alberta and where the fires are. Okay. Yeah. So we're going to rub our hands together, and we're just thinking about those fires getting doused by water, okay? Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Have a wonderful week.
For the sun warms my body, for the earth that I call home, for the love that knows no boundaries, I am thankful. For the trees that line the mountains, for the sea and life it holds, for the source of inspiration, I am thankful. Love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite divine that is and never was, I am thankful. I am thankful. For abundance and growing, for the mysteries unfolding, for each and every being, truth that we are knowing, for the kindness and compassion, courage and action, for the law of attraction and the freedom to create. Love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite divine that is and ever was, I am thankful. I am thankful. Love, light, life, fill me up. Peace, power, beauty, joy, fill me up. For the one infinite divine that is and never was, I am thankful. I am thankful. For the sun warms my body, for the earth that I call home, wonderful week, everyone.